Hello everyone, Valeria Hawthorn here, and in this video we're gonna talk about the new artifact sets that just released with this new version of the game, covering their strengths and weaknesses, comparing them to other artifacts, which characters they are good for, as well as giving you my overall thoughts on whether they are good and worth your resin, or whether you should save your resin for something else. Enjoy the video. Is the new artifact domain worth your resin? Short answer, well, no, not really. I wouldn't recommend investing too much resin into it as of right now, at least. But that might change with some upcoming characters. But first, let's take a look at the two new sets. First up, we have the Nymph Stream. How does that set work? Oh, the two-piece gives you 15% hydro damage bonus, which is the second set like that to come out since the beginning of the game. The only one that we have like that is the Heart of Depth. And the 4-piece set can buff your attack by a total of 25% and hydro damage by a total of 15%. In order to get these buffs, you need to get 3 stacks of Mirrored Nymph. And the way you get these stacks is by using 3 different attacks out of the 5 following: Normal, Charged and Plunge attacks, Elemental Skill, and Elemental Burst. This set's effect might sound familiar, because it is very similar to the way Polar Star works, which is Childe's signature weapon. And that makes this set a very good set, or even the best in slot currently for a child. But you have to take into account the other set that is available in this domain and whether it's gonna be worth your resin to farm Nymph Stream in the first place, because getting a 4-piece set can cost you thousands upon thousands of resin. So if you already have good artifacts for your child, or any of the other characters we're about to cover next, then it will probably be best to skip it. Unless Childe is your absolute favorite character and you want to maximize his damage. You want to take him to the next level. Oh, for that 2-second clip of him dealing big PP damage that you can then share on the TikToks and on the social medias, then by all means, go ahead. But other than that, you're probably better off sticking to your current artifacts for him. But enough about Childe. Which other characters could possibly benefit from this set? Well, Ayato is another strong contender, but with him already having very good artifact options such as the Heart of Depth, the Gladiator set, or the Echoes of an Offering, which is his best in slot, or mix and matching 2 and 2 pieces of any of the sets, farming for a 4-piece set of the Nymph Stream isn't really necessary. And if you're using Ayato in his normal rotation, where you start off by using his burst, your burst won't be benefiting from getting all the 3 stacks because it's snapshot, meaning that when you use your burst you get 1 stack, but your burst is dealing the same amount of damage it would do at 0 stacks, and even if you perform several different types of attacks after that, the damage won't change, and your burst will only be able to benefit fully from the stacks from your second rotation onwards. Unless you end up doing normal attack first, then your elemental skill, and then your elemental burst. But you have to take into account that his elemental skill consists of normal attacks, and the only instance of elemental skill damage is his Hydro Clone. So if you miss an enemy with your Hydro Clone and you don't hit them, then you miss out on a stack. So you might have to do a normal attack, then a charge attack, then using your elemental skill to make sure you get all 3 stacks. So it makes things a little bit complicated. And he's someone that can miss out on stacks here and there. He's not as easy to use as Childe, so it doesn't really feel like it's worth it when you compare it to other existing artifact sets, which are first of all way easier to use, and with him having not 1 but 3 good sets available for him currently, or when you mix and match 2 pieces the options are even more, then most players probably already have very good pieces which are gonna be hard to replace, in which case it won't be really worth to farm for this new set. I still haven't gotten a good 4-piece set for Ayato, so I just slapped some random pieces on just to show you exactly how the set works, so you can see that when you use his burst first and then you use other attacks to get the maximum stacks, yes, his damage increases, but the damage of his burst doesn't increase, it stays the same because it's snapshots. Some other honorable mentions include DPS Xingqiu, but he is a character that needs a lot of ER, so replacing the emblem set for a Nymph Stream wouldn't be very optimal, unless you get a ton of ER from your substats, or going for a DPS Candace, Mona, hell even Kokomi. If that is your thing, then you do you. You can feel free to experiment with that, but again, not the best set for these characters. The 2-piece set, however, is still a viable option for a lot of Hydro characters, and getting 2 good pieces from a set is a lot easier than farming for a full 4-piece set. But with Fontaine being the next region coming out in the game, and that being the Hydro Nation, we could expect to see more Hydro characters coming out, as well as more characters that scale off of HP, which Hoyoverse has been loving recently. And perhaps these characters would benefit not only from this set, but the other set as well that we're about to talk about, the Vourukasha's Glow. And how does this set work? Well, the 2-piece set is pretty straightforward. It gives you 20% HP bonus, which is again the second set we see that is like that. The first one we got was the Dynasty of the Millilith set, so this is the second set we have that gives you a 20% HP bonus for the 2-piece set. And the 4-piece can increase your elemental skill and burst damage by a total of 50%. The description can be a little bit confusing. You first start off with a 10% bonus increase, and every time your character takes damage, you get 1 stack that increases the damage bonus by 80% from that initial 10%, meaning you get another 8% increase. And with the maximum stacks being 5, that brings it up to 40%, and combined with the initial 10, you end up with a 50% bonus increase. The good thing about this set is that your character gains these stacks while off-field as well, which seems perfect for Dehya, right? Since she does take damage off-field thanks to her passive. You'd think, oh, finally a set for Dehya. Well, yes, but no. Now, in order to get the maximum amount of buffs, first of all you have to make sure that you are actually taking damage, so you can't be avoiding dodging attacks or using shields. And even then, if you do get the maximum amount of stacks and you get that 50% increase, it's still pretty comparable to the Emblem of Severed Fate set, which on top of that gives you energy recharge as well, which Dehya often struggles with. Now, the way the Emblem of Severed Fate set works is that it increases your burst damage by 25% of your energy recharge. So if you have a 200% energy recharge, that is again a 50% increase. The 2-piece set bonus, while being a more offensive option for Dehya, isn't really that great if your Dehya is C0, because her HP scaling at C0 is pretty bad. If you do have her at C1, then it can become viable, and you could actually benefit more from it, but that still doesn't fix her energy recharge issue. So unless you have a ton of energy recharge as a substat on all of your pieces, it still might be hard to actually be able to use Dehya as a DPS character. But if you did go above and beyond and got a C4 Dehya, which does help solve her energy recharge problems, then the new set would actually be usable on her. And maybe you might see a slight damage increase, which again wouldn't be that much of an improvement from the Emblem of Severed Fate set, so I wouldn't say it would be really worth to farm it, especially if you want benefit from farming the other artifact set as well. The 2-piece, however, can be very useful on a lot of characters that scale off of HP, with Nilou being the best example, and currently her best build is a 2-piece Vourukasha's Glow with 2-piece Dynasty of the Millilith, stacking as much HP as possible on her. And you could also always use the 2-piece set on characters like Yao Yao, Layla, Candace, Zhongli, or anyone in general that scales off of HP. Or you could even use the 2-piece set on Dehya and combine it with the 2-piece Dynasty of the Millilith and make an ultra giga strong Dehya tank build, which I am doing because why not. Overall, I wouldn't really recommend farming for the new set, at least right now, unless you're using Childe and Dehya a lot and those are your favorite characters, or maybe you have a Nilou that you want to farm the 2-set piece for, or unless you just plan to farm the 2-set pieces for some characters, in which case go ahead. If you can benefit from both sets, if you need Hydro sets for someone and HP sets for someone, then it could be a better option. But farming for the full 4-piece sets as of right now isn't really worth it. Not many characters can benefit from it. Then again, I am crazy, so I have already spent a bunch of resin on it, and I am gonna further test those new sets out, but as of right now, these are my thoughts. But yes, let me know your thoughts down below. Have you farmed for the new artifact sets, and have you tried them out, and who did you try them on? Are you enjoying what you are seeing currently? Or do you think that they're gonna become better in the future as more characters come out? I personally would like to believe that the new Hydro set will probably be very good for characters from Fontaine, maybe even the Hydro Archon specifically. Also, we haven't stopped getting HP scaling characters for a while now, and that trend will probably continue. So I'd like to believe that more characters in the future would benefit from them. But yes, I hope you enjoyed the video. I do stream on Twitch at least 3 times a week, even more lately, so feel free to follow me on there if you want to catch more of me. We also do have a community Discord server, link is down in the description below. Feel free to join and come hang out, we'd love to have you there. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all of that helps the channel out a lot. But yes, I hope you enjoyed the video, I hope you all have a wonderful day, morning, evening, wherever you may be. Have fun, take care, keep smiling, lots of love, and I will see you guys soon. Bye bye. Bye.